Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Star Wars The Old Republic discussion video. I'm Loronline, and today we're going to be covering the reasons you should look forward to Update 6.0. We will also be discussing content around the recent Star Wars The Old Republic Community Cantina, hosted on the 20th of July 2019, whereas concept art and video footage of the upcoming 6.0 planets was officially announced. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy yet another Star Wars The Old Republic video. First up today, we're going to be discussing the new character that was recently added, as well as the upcoming gear that will be featured throughout 6.0. On the 20th of July 2019, we were introduced to a new character, this being the cyborg Jedi Paralin, who also featured his own unique outfit as well as a cool lightsaber design. We know he is Padawan to Tau O'Dare, but very little about his position in the storyline has officially been announced. Additionally, new gear revolving around 6.0 was further discussed, specifically gear themed on the upcoming planet Mek-Sha as well as Onderon. From the concept art, I'd argue the gear previewed at this cantina is some of the best looking gear we've come across throughout SWTOR's lifespan. It is also believed that said gear will be unlockable through content rather than via microtransactions on the cartel market. Again, this is always a big positive. But no further comment was made by Boyd or Musco confirming this, other than the fact that said gear will be unlockable through a variety of means rather than any one specific mean, which could mean pretty much anything, but let's hope that the gear will be unlockable via content rather than via microtransactions and things like that, because honestly it is stunning and I can't wait to get my hands on some of these new gear types. Next up, the developers expanded upon the planets featured throughout 6.0. For example, the planet Onderon was also further discussed. Charles Boyd announced that the planet Onderon will feature a narrative involving laser-wielding space barbarians riding monsters from the nearby moon, whereas a conflict on Onderon will take place. The paradigm concerning barbarians sounds to me like a subtle nod towards Mandalorians, but nothing has been confirmed. And for those of you unaware, Onderon is ruled by a specific monarchy. This conflict of raiders versus the Onderon royal family is a tangent storyline I'm very interested in exploring. I'm also looking forward to seeing how the developers went about producing this narrative arc, especially in relation to the war between both the Republic and the Empire. Additionally, I am also very satisfied with how BioWare went about developing the new zone itself, from what we can see visually, considering Onderon has already been featured in other such mediums, including like the Legends comics and the Star Wars Clone Wars TV show. Additionally, BioWare also previewed footage of said planet for players to observe, and from what we can tell, Onderon features a vast array of new textures and models that have yet to be seen in the Star Wars The Old Republic MMO. BioWare went as far as to introduce new beast models, such as the Zakeg as featured in the original Knights of the Old Republic single-player game, alongside new fauna and various plant life. BioWare further announced that new mounts are also planned to be released around the time of the expansion concerning these new conceptual beasts. Moving on, the planet of Mek-Sha was also discussed further, as we know this is a brand new planet that has yet to be featured in the Star Wars Expanded Universe, but as of the recent Community Cantina, we now know a lot more about the planet. It is in fact a mined-out asteroid that was originally run and owned by the Hutt cartel, but the miners/slavers of the asteroid managed to take advantage of the Mekeb disaster, and the miners simply defeated the Hutt enforcers and took over the asteroid of Mek-Sha by storm. It is now ruled by 5 different underworld gangs that have yet to be announced, and the asteroid will therefore serve as a neutral zone for both the Republic and the Empire. The city aesthetic was described as overcrowded and cramped, and appears to feature a cyberpunk/techno theme, again something I am keen to explore. Additionally, due to the planet being an asteroid, the visual elements, specifically the sky, feature a unique texture that looks and feels breathtaking, as the void of space makes this overcrowded city appear expansive despite its cramped construct, which in my opinion is a beautiful approach to world building, and I feel that this will stand out and make SWTOR a more unique MMO in its entirety. In terms of multiplayer content, the developers discussed the upcoming Flashpoint taking place on the planet of Corellia. Unfortunately, no footage was displayed, but concept art and screenshots of the upcoming Flashpoint were shown. The mood painting concept specifically depicts a battle taking place on the planet's surface. Upon speculation, Imperial walkers can be seen, inferring there may be some conflict between the Republic and the Empire, but nothing has been confirmed. As for the upcoming operation on the planet Dxun, that was further discussed at the cantina, concept art and screenshots again were revealed to players, and we were blessed with a familiar Trandoshan model, this being the one and only Kefus. However, the devs were quick to dismiss this model as being Kefus himself, and instead inferred that this may be a new Trandoshan creature. But based on the concept art, I believe that Kefus has morphed into a new Power Ranger-like being, and we as players will have to fight his many forms. But in all seriousness, I am definitely looking forward to a possible Kefus return. Whether or not this is Kefus is yet to be seen, but I am most definitely looking forward to seeing Kefus again in an operation. Furthermore, BioWare displayed some new interiors to the community, specifically that of the Circle Labs featured within the Dxun Operation. The facility itself looks simply stunning. I personally love the aesthetic and can't wait to see how the boss fights function. There have been some leaked content concerning a few of the mechanics, but I don't want to post anything unofficial in this video. And finally, I'd like to discuss the upcoming free-to-play changes. Now, as we all know, BioWare has recently already implemented some free-to-play changes, whereas they expanded upon the existing free-to-play model. They increased the credit cap to 1 million credits, for example. They added quick bars, medical probes, and a new quick travel system for free-to-play players. But with 6.0, the developers are also planning on adding the Rise of the Hutt Cartel expansion and the Shadow Revan expansion for free, which is a great bonus for new players, and now there are in fact greater incentives for newer players to try out the game, which I feel is a definite good point in terms of marketing. So to conclude, I would argue that the game is definitely taking steps in the right direction, as there is a plenitude of content for players to try out. If you're a new or again returning player, I would suggest giving this game a go with the upcoming 6.0 expansion. There is literally loads of innovative content to look forward to in terms of new zones, new operations, new story content. There is just loads to do. And there we have it, just a quick video there to cover what was discussed concerning 6.0 and what we know so far. I'd like to thank you all again for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys.